My name is Kristi May. This is Myles Rose. We are senior web analysts over at Idea Integration. We have 9 offices serving all of our Fortune 100 clients across the country with interactive offices here in Houston and also in Seattle. So let's talk about why we're here today. Web Analytics Bootcamp. For anyone that was in Mike Dunn's track earlier today, you heard about user experience and how you use web analytics to kind of feed into that. So we're taking the second half of that and talking about analytics. So
this presentation is really going to change your life, especially if you always wanted to know what's happening to your website. This will change your life, because if you've ever wanted to know what's actually happening on your website, we're going to teach you guys how to get started and start answering those questions that you've had for years.
So we wanted to start off with a little bit of trivia this morning, kind of get some audience participation. You've had a couple of speeches under your belt this morning, so everybody is hopefully awake. So here we go. So U.S. web analytics is expected to grow 17% in the next 5 years. So by the year 2014, how much do you think people are going to be spending on their web analytics solution? Don't freak out, it's multiple choice. You have 4 options: 109 million, 1 billion, 407 billion, 479 million, and 953 million. So do I have any takers for A? Come on, you can raise your hand. Thank you, Thomas.
Thomas is A.
Okay, B, 1 billion. All right, a couple.
2, 3,
Thank
4,
you, Mike,
5, 6.
Laura. Okay, C, 479 million. All right, and D, who's just waiting to go for the last one. All right.
Okay, so 953.
Wait. All right, 953. So the answer is, for all of you late voters, D, 953 million.
Billion. No, billion.
Millions? We have a hard time with decimal places, and we're analysts.
And one thing to note too, that's a 17% year-over-year compounding growth rate. So web analytics, if you are looking for a career, please sign up, because 953 million.
He just wanted to use laser pointer.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about why this is going to grow so much in the next few years. Why we're here today, we want to help you pick the analytics provider that's best for your business, if you're not already with a web analytics provider. What steps do you need to take once you've made that decision into making your implementation a success? And then finally, once you have these numbers, what are you supposed to do with them? So here is our nice Venn diagram. Our 4 pillars of a business: your people, who your customers are; your site, how do you make improvements to your site and your navigation; marketing, what resources are you using to communicate to your customers; and then revenue, because we're all in the business of making money. It's just a fact. So your people, if your customers aren't satisfied, we're not going to be in business. You have to make sure that these people are happy with the message that you're delivering to them. So how do we do that? User experience. We take a look at our web analytics, and that kind of feeds into, what are our customers doing? Are they going down the path that we want them to go down? So web analytics really empowers you to have that visibility into who your customers are. And then your marketing resources. How are you communicating with your customers? Are you using a print campaign, SEM, or maybe just an email campaign? You can take and look at all of these campaigns side by side and figure out what's giving you the best return on your investment. Is it your email campaign? Do you want to take and refocus some of that budget into your email, or do you want to focus more on the things that aren't working and figure out why they aren't working? And then if you make all these optimizations, revenue's sure to follow.
One of the things we're going to talk about, maybe you have a website that isn't e-commerce. Maybe your goal is to have somebody subscribe to your RSS feed, sign up for an email campaign. So revenue may not be your only goal, but if you have your goals, and we define your goals in the analytics provider, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, we can identify that and see where the traffic's coming from that gives you the best bang for your buck. So the old days when we were tracking ads in the past, I know everybody was around when I Love Lucy was on TV. What you would do is an agency would come in and say, we got this great idea, you have a great product, we're going to put it on I Love Lucy, The Munsters, Star Trek, and then we're going to have 7 people in New York write a diary about what they watched, and we're going to use those 7 people to extrapolate how many millions of viewers watched your TV show, your commercial, across the U.S. So there's some problems there. The sample size, not really good. People in New York really don't behave like the people in Texas, as we know, and it's hard to extrapolate small samples across the whole population. And when you're relying on handwritten diaries, you're like, oh yeah, did I watch I Love Lucy at 7:30?